Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello, our friend.
As always, so good. Kurt, you are easy to love.
I have a list of people that I would like you to send some notes to, and just
Yes, I'm happy to do so.
let them. You can just tell them, contrary to the evidence at hand,
Right. Kurt
it's
is
actually
easy to love. I'm happy to. Okay, two things I want to talk about. Pep, when you said that on the tour, the last tour, a tour, yeah.
Oh,
When you just said, you told them to anticipate rupture.
Yep.
And Kurt, like you said, I'm thinking of you ahead of the curve. The curve. That's essentially what Pep. What a good dad. And I thought
right
that,
on.
in and of itself, gives them capacity. I mean, and resilience. Like just that, because when you said that, Pep, it was like I imagined if I was on that crew, I would just take a deep breath and be like, I don't have to. There's some part of us that's anticipating rupture, and like, what are we going to do with it? And you
we
just
know
told
it.
them.
That's right.
You just told them what we're going to do with it, and it's like we're all holding it. Doesn't mean it's going to be fun, but yeah, that was power. That's powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then another, what kept coming up to me while I was listening was this remembering repairs we have done and the power of that in capacity and resilience. And I think my propensity is to talk about the ruptures that need to be repaired and all the things, all the feelings around that. But I thought, are we talking enough? Is there more to be said about our experiences? Because there's so much power in that.
Yeah, it reminds me of last week's recording, and in the Reach forgiveness resources that we talked about with Worthington. This notion of we do want to go back and kind of commit to it, but then also remember it over and over again. We want to remember this that this is happening. So, yeah. Yeah, because like you both were saying, like with this notion that like if I'm practicing remembering these things, then this becomes my anticipated future, right? And I become more of a forgiving person. And I think I'm just so persuaded of this that when we are walking in the world, when we are when you walk into the pizza shop to order the pizza, and you're a lighter person because you're doing this work, like without even saying it, like they sense it. They sense, oh my gosh, like here's Amy. Here's like one of my favorite customers because there's something about her. Like I might not even know what it is, but they know that there's something there. Something's happening with this.
We show up differently.
Yeah.
Peppa looked like you had a thought.
No, you bring it in the room with you. I mean, it has to permeate from you. And I was thinking about, when you're talking about lifting weights and you've got to if you've never lifted weights before and suddenly you put all this weight on the bar, you're going to get crushed, right? But if you're doing the exercises and you're doing them, and it just becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, over time, and especially if I've got a spotter. I mean, I think about Pepper so much. Like I think about your Orange Theory classes are just like they're just rich with metaphor and for stories about how nobody's in competition against anybody there is ostensibly.
Every once in a while somebody comes over and how far did you go there?
Right, but from what I've heard you say, like the instructors, the coaches, whoever, like they're wanting to encourage you to really maximize and to keep you in the orange.
That's right.
And that space for you.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing next door is people who are working hard.
Yeah, and even like just yesterday, I had Justin, he's pretty much there every morning with me at 7:20. One of the guys there, and after the end of class, he's just like, "Man, thank you so much for pushing me a little harder today." Because we do that for each other too.
Right.
It's Yeah.
Totally.
I love it. And it is very similar to this same kind of thing because we don't do it alone.
Right.
Like if I could go join Planet Fitness, right, it would be cheaper, and I would go there and I would walk in and I'd be by myself and I'd sort of work out. I'd maybe do a little bit, and it just and so the big change for me was years ago when I started working out with a partner. John and I started. We would work out, 4 or 5 days a week every day and push each other to not only to do it, to like lift heavier weights, but to do it right with the right form and all that, and just really encourage one another to go to the extent that you can, the furthest extent that you can go. And over time, you could really see some change, but it was all because, we pushed one another for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And to your point, see that with the spotter, we can risk and tolerate more. And whether it's physical or rupture and repair, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I think that, and particularly, like Pep, to your experience with your team, like you're in a position of authority. It's one thing if my sibling says to me, or if my my colleague says to me, "Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of opportunity for ruptures here." I wonder. I think we'll be okay. It's another thing for the person who is the parent in the room, who says this, and I'm like, like you said, Aim, like it's a big exhale, it's a big sigh, right? When I know, like, oh gosh, if the parent knows that this, then I'm like, okay, I'll be okay because Pepper's thinking of me. Now, this is the thing, right? People might not even be thinking this explicitly and consciously, but I will tell you, this is what's happening in their mind. To our listeners who are like, look, you are somebody's. Even if you do not have children, like I can guarantee you are somebody's parent. There will be some role that you play in some system in which you are the parent, and I want you to know that, like, my goodness, you have the capacity in naming and anticipating that there will be ruptures and we will repair them. That you are already in that moment beginning the process of building resilience. Practicing for heaven. Yeah.
As you said that, Kurt, I thought, I was thinking, I'm not a parent, but I'm a parent somewhere. So it's totally. Like, where can I give someone that relief? Like, it's going to happen, and we're going to be okay. We're going to be better for it.
Right. Well, I think even here, I mean, like, we are peers, but how many times have each of us had parts of us that come into the room that feel like they're somewhere between the ages of 4 and 14?
Yeah.
Pep?
I mean, that's happened to me, and I feel like, I have my mom and my dad that I really need to create space for this part of me that's feeling very young and very underdeveloped and naive, ashamed, and all the things, right?
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
Yeah, right on.
So good.
All right,
you two.
All right, everybody.
It's going to be a good day.
Right on. Indeed.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you.